Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love, true sincerity. All right, and I want to get into a into a quick topic, and I want to entitle it "In Great Boldness." All right, and in great boldness. Okay, and that's based off of the scripture here in the book of Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. All right, it's Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness against such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with fear, and shall be and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for." And just touching on this because, we know that we're in the end, and we know what time it is, that it's time for you to come out of power, buddy boy. Esau, it's time for Esau to come up out of power. It's time for Jake to be in a righteous place where we were meant to be, okay? Standing in great boldness, as the stewards of the earth, because what Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua designed us for was for nothing but greatness, man. That's why when you constantly look at our people, even though our people are plagued with the curses and a bunch of niggatry and all type of stuff like that, but what lies beneath all of the curses and stuff like that, man, it's greatness. Why? Because the Most High bestowed his greatness upon us. Therefore, we're great, just by default, man. Just by default. And everything that Esau has done unto us, as it got into what and made no account of our labors, those things have now to be accounted for. Okay, Esau has to pay the piper, so to speak, man. It's time for them to pay their dues and to give that proper respect due unto the Israelites. And it's not something that they're going to willingly give, so it's something that has to be taken by force. As the scriptures say in the book of Daniel, that the saints shall take the kingdom, and we shall have an everlasting kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So now is that time in which, we are to be standing in great boldness up against Esau, man. We already stand up in great boldness as far as brothers out there in the highways and byways, preaching the word in truth and sincerity, of the Most High. But now, we coming more into that time where he's about to be pulled down. So that boldness that we have, that's going to be heightened to the max, because as we constantly see more prophecies and things rolling around, that helps to boost our faith day by day. What more confidence? The more you see something to happen, the more confidence you gain at it. It's like with practice. When you practice at something, you may be feeling insecure about it because you don't really know how to do it, so on and so forth, and things like that. But as you practice and you get better with it, what that confidence builds. So it's that same thing. When we constantly seeing, things happening within the society and things going according to the Most High's timeline, what that naturally boosts our confidence and boosts our faith that we have for the Lord, And that's why, as time goes on, the apostles, they're always putting down orders and, and different things like that. Before it was one video and two videos, now 3 shows a week, stuff like that. Every so often, things are going to get heightened as the times roll by. And as the times roll by, Esau, he's trying to do more damage control. So that means we got to put more out to effectuate the word of the Lord, man, so that people know that we stand a fighting chance, and that fighting chance is giving ourselves over unto the Lord. Other than that, we don't stand a fighting chance, because the Lord is the one that put us in this position, and he's the one that's going to get us up out of this, man. And that's the only way that everything is going to go down, but the majority of people can't see that, and they don't truly see no boldness within our people. Because why? Because our people can't come together with nothing. And that's why the scriptures also say too in the book of Genesis, Genesis 49, until the gathering of Shiloh shall the people be, roughly paraphrasing, and Shiloh, that's Yahweh Shah, the peaceful one, the peaceable one, the gathering is not going to be until he comes. So until our people can try to get it somewhat together, they're going to constantly be in that mindset, of dismay. People want to have boldness. They want to do things, and when they have these marches, Million Man March, and all of this whole other stuff, like, what is that really accomplishing? It's not accomplishing nothing. The scriptures already say once again in Genesis that Judah, thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. So we are a pest to them. We are a pest to them. But ultimately, the number one way that we're going to get to Esau is by bringing out the truth on them, man. When somebody is constantly telling lies and you bring out the truth, that's the only thing that could truly cut them. Because if a person is used to lies and making shit up and doing things along as they go, how can you really hurt them but by the truth, by telling them about themselves? Nobody likes to look at that man in the mirror, and Esau damn sure don't want to look at that man in the mirror. He don't want to face the facts, man. He know who he is, but he don't want that spotlight being put on him. He don't want that spotlight being put on him, but we putting it on him. We shining it on him every single day, man. When we doing these lessons, pulling out the edification, different so-called religious groups, they may be getting more aware, so to speak, of certain things that's going on, and people realizing that Esau is the devil. More things coming about the mark of the beast, people realizing that Esau is the devil. The whole mark of the beast, the chip technology, constantly rearing its ugly head every single day as more technology progresses, with the phones, the laptops, the cameras, all the Google technology, the Alexa, Bixby, all this whole other different stuff is showing us that what we leaning more and towards that time, of heavier prophecy, which entails that martial law, which entails the mark of the beast, which entails people going hungry, going without food, eating their kids, okay, famine of the word, okay. These are telltale signs of what's happening and what's going on. So how are we to be within that present time, man? The scriptures tell us how we are to be, because Paul said it in the book of Corinthians. We are to be in the holy conversation and godliness, and in that holy conversation and godliness, we supposed to show forth all boldness, with this word every single day, with our character, how we carry ourselves, of course, with humility, but with boldness and trusting in our righteous power, Yahweh, and His Son Yahweh Shah. And that's how it has to be. And it can't be no other way. Because if it's not done that way, then what? The Lord don't want it. It's just like what? Because, everything within this society, it's a, they leave things open to interpretation so you can try to get away, by some means in the middle. But with the Lord, it's either yay or nay. You about this or you ain't about this. You know what I mean? You're going to say you stand for this or you're not going to stand for this. So there is no middle route out with the Lord. It's going to be His way or the highway, and that's it, period, man. And we all doing our best, and can always do more, can definitely always do more, towards making those sacrifices for the Lord, doing, more for the brother. All these different things increases our faith and makes us more bold towards Esau. Us meditating terror helps us make us more bold towards Esau. Us looking at the whole landscape of prophecy, the world in itself, we can see ourselves growing more bold towards Esau. We can see them shivering in their little space boots, man. As the time rolls on, because they know that their power structure is coming to an end, and they know that we're right at the door to rule. And that transference of power is coming. And Buzz was putting us on about that the Netflix show Raising Dion. And one thing Michael B. Jordan said to his son, towards the end of this first season, he said, yeah, the bad guy's gone, but energy transfers. Energy never dies. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, we're gonna have to face this problem later. So energy never dies. So what? In the scripture say in Ecclesiastes 2, in Ecclesiastes, I believe it's the 10th chapter, that from riches unjustly gotten, the kingdom is translated from one to another. So it's always going to be that transference of power. So now we're in that season of that transference of power. And that's what it's all about. And that's why we are more and more to every day stand in great boldness up against Esau, because we are in that period of that transference of power, man. Like what's a good example? Like when Show Enough Show nothing in Bruce Leroy, you know. They was fighting, you know, and then Bruce Leroy, he started the more believe in himself. And us believing in ourselves is believing in Yahweh Shemiah Shah. That's us having more faith within Yahweh Shemiah Shah to know that what we gonna have that glow and we gonna stand in great boldness up against Esau when that time comes. You know, and that transference of power from one to another is gonna happen, and all hell is gonna break loose at that point, man, because the Lord is gonna unleash us, you know, with the mighty force that's never been seen before, with the mighty angels, the millions of thousands and hundreds of thousands of billions of angels out there, Yahweh Shah, and everything, man. So we have everything, you know, to look forward to, you know, towards the kingdom. We have nothing to lose within the society because we ain't got shit anyway, you know. But we have nothing to lose and everything to gain, and everything to gain is the kingdom, the whole world, the universe, as we should have, you know, from the beginning, you know, as the Most High intended this thing to be, you know. So, you know, with that, you know, brothers, keep struggling, striving, you know, for greatness, for perfection in the Lord, you know, and we almost up out of here, man, you know. So with that, you know, I hope the segment was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom.